Welcome to Mocktails Munchies with your favorite Virgin Islander leaks. Let me get straight into it. So today I have a dulce de leche pastry bite. And for my drink, I'm going to be drinking sorrel. Now, anytime I go to a Caribbean restaurant, that's like one of the main drinks you go and see me order. Because I personally love sorrel and it having that hint of ginger. Chef's kiss. So let me go ahead and take a little bite. Not too sweet. Perfect. And of course, my sorrel is just like how I like it. Especially if it's like super cold. Beautiful. So, if I never try sorrel, I need to go and try it. ASAP. Okay? ASAP. Now, today, we're going to kind of go back in time. We're having a little history lesson because September 25th, 2025, Assata Shakur passed away in Havana, Cuba. Now, you may be wondering, who is Assata Shakur? And to be honest, I didn't know who she was until my husband told me about her a couple years ago. After doing my research, I figured that it would be super cool, super dope to enlighten you guys who didn't know who she was. Assata Shakur passed away, like I said, in Havana, Cuba at the age of 78. Which is a very, very long time to live. Like, a lot of people ain't even making it past 20, okay? So she passed away at the age of 78 due to, of course, age and some health conditions. Let's start from the beginning. She was born in Queens, New York, and her actual name is Joanne Deborah Bryan, and her birthday is July 16th. So she's a Cancer queen just like me. Big ups to her. She attended the Manhattan Community College, then City College, and she was involved in Black Studies, community organization, and activism. She adopted the name Assata Shakur as part of her revolutionary identity.
Assata means she who struggles. Olugbala means for the people, and Shakur means the thankful. It is a name that I took to carry on the name of Zaid Malik Shakur in honor of his family and in honor of the forces of beauty and good on this earth, which I'm very grateful for.
After that, she went to join the Black Panther Party and the Black Liberation Army. As you guys know, the Black Panther Party and the Black Liberation Army basically is a community for Black people who want to stand up against systemic racism, point blank period. So my girl was a part of that. And if I were living in them times, I probably would have been a part of it too. Now, this is where things start to go left. On May 2nd, 1973, on the New Jersey Turnpike, Assata and her comrades were pulled over by state troopers. Now, a big shootout happened and the state trooper lost his life and one of her comrades also lost their life.
The bullet under your arm, where did the bullet come out?
It didn't. The bullet is still there.
It's still in you.
Mm-hmm. It went through here. It broke this bone, and it's still in my chest. This hand was paralyzed.
So Assata was shot in her arm. And when they went to trial, according to the medical examiner, they basically said that she was not the one to shoot the state trooper. Like, there was no way that she could have been the one to shoot the state trooper. But as you know, back then, living in those times, of course, the courts did find her guilty and she was charged with first-degree murder and she was sentenced to life in prison.
What do you do? How do you deal with that? Either you turn yourself in and subject yourself to whatever may happen to you, or you run the risk of any cop, anywhere, coming and just blowing you away. Because once an accusation is made, then your life is worth 2 cents. I mean, and in my case, they set up a series of events that pushed me into the reality of that I knew that I had to leave the country. I had to do something because, they were setting up the circumstances to just blow me away.
Now, of course, me doing my own research and looking up on Assata Shakur, I personally believe that she didn't shoot that state trooper, and because racial profiling was and is still a thing, I could see the judge putting it out there like as if she was the one that shot the state trooper. Now, maybe a scuffle took place, because it was a shootout or whatever the case may be, but in my opinion, I do believe that she was innocent. So fast forward to November 2nd, 1979. Along with other members of the Black Liberation Army, they basically broke her out of prison, and she was underground for a while, staying low, and then she ended up in Cuba. And in 1984, she was granted political asylum. What I find crazy about this whole thing is that she was the first woman in 2013 to be on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list. Mind you, I believe that she was innocent and she did not kill that state trooper, but to be on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list, insane, like literally mind-blowing.
I was convicted of killing a New Jersey state trooper, which is a state offense. They transferred me under an agreement called the Interstate Compact Agreement, which says they can take any prisoner in the U.S. and transfer them anywhere they want to. So they transferred me to a prison in Alderson, West Virginia, which is the federal prison for women, to a prison within a prison, the maximum security unit or something I call. In that prison, I found that it was the exact opposite of all the experiences that I had seen in prison. In my whole time in prison, most of the women are Black or Puerto Rican. The only Black woman in the maximum security prison at Alderson, West Virginia.
So I want to read one of her quotes, and she said, "The only ones who can free us are ourselves." And I want to say that that is true. That is true. We live in a world where the color of your skin can make someone hate you. We live in a world where it's not fair all across the board. And I want to say, as a Black person living in this world, you need to know your rights, stand for what you believe in, and fall for absolutely nothing. And I feel like Assata Shakur needs to be in the history books. This needs to go down in history. Her story needs to be told. Not a lot of people know about her, but her story needs to be told. I hope you guys enjoyed our little history lesson. Maybe I'll do more of these because I feel like if we don't put these stories out there, they're not going to put them in the history books for generations and generations to come to know. Make sure you guys click the link in the description below to get your Mocktails and Munchies cookbook. And I will see you next time for another mocktail and another munchie.